Nigeria's cocoa sector was once the pride of the nation's economy. Today, it remains a vital lifeline for millions. Yet, the journey from a tiny plant to a chocolate bar is filled with hidden complexities. It all begins with a fundamental choice that dictates a farmer's success: the difference between a cocoa seed and a cocoa seedling. Many beginners mistakenly try to plant raw cocoa seeds directly into the forest floor. Cocoa seeds are highly perishable. They lose viability within days of harvest and face extreme mortality rates from pests and erratic rains. On the other hand, cocoa seedlings are nurtured in controlled nurseries for 3 to 4 months. By the time they hit the farm, they possess robust root systems, high resistance to harsh weather, and a significantly higher survival rate.
The ripe okra that has dried off. Let's talk about ripe okra. Look at this one now. So it's condemned. That's one of the problems we are having in cocoa. Look at this, is fungicide. Look at this fungicide. You know, that's fungicide. It's a problem for us.
Investing in seedlings is the first step toward a bountiful harvest, but the path ahead is anything but smooth. Behind the sweet taste of global chocolate lies the bitter reality of the Nigerian cocoa farmer. Today, smallholders face unprecedented roadblocks. Climate change has disrupted predictable weather patterns, bringing severe droughts followed by torrential downpours that trigger devastating fungal outbreaks like black pod disease. Aging plantations and deteriorating soil quality have caused yields to plunge. Worse still is the lack of infrastructure. Rural roads connecting cocoa communities to major markets are broken down, inflating transport costs and causing premium harvests to rot before they ever reach a warehouse.
So what I'm saying, stress is supposed that we are going through. It's not supposed to be. If we are exporting people or whatever we are producing.
Now we're doing.
farmers need most. First, direct access to highly subsidized, disease-resistant seedlings and affordable fertilizers. Second, the rehabilitation of rural farm-to-market roads. Lastly, the establishment of flexible, single-digit interest loans to help local farmers scale up production and buy modern processing equipment. Without state-backed financial protection, local farmers remain vulnerable to volatile international market prices.
Help ourselves. So, if government, whatever government is pushing in, they should create a mechanism that will make it reach the farmer, reach the end users. Most times we discover that when things are being distributed for the farmer, that is when the politician will know that his brother or sister can just bear the name and collect something, will go and keep in his house, will not use. Collect machete, collect or sell it. Collect wheelbarrow for his construction work, which is meant to be for the farm. So they should create a mechanism and train more extension workers that will be able to interface between government and with the farmers. We hear a lot of things that government is doing, budgeting so much money, rolling out so much product and inputs to farmers. We just don't see it. So we want them. Now, will I say they should put more money in? No, they should create that mechanism that will make sure that fertilizer reaches the farmer. The right number, the right quality. And sometimes it comes and it's already expired in the store. It should come and on time. Some things that even manage to say they are coming when the farming season is over. And you see some manipulation where you see government officials loading things to take to the north, loading trailers of fertilizer taken to whoever is buying. Because at that time, the farmer may not even need it. So they should create a system that is workable, that reaches the end user, that will bring results of productivity. Nigeria has a landmass of cocoa already on ground, that if the proper motivation is done, they can be the highest producers of cocoa in the world.
Recently, they distribute some inputs, but not to cocoa farmers. But Cross-River State government is doing their own too, in terms of other areas, like the EUDR program we have now. Government is training people. Government has actually brought in people to see how they'll be able to capture the farmers, to get the database of all the Cross-River State farmers around. Because what we have today is just a database owned by individual companies. But the fear of the state government is that should these companies decide to pack up today tomorrow, what happens to the farmers? With this present EUDR regulation, if the farmers are not really captured, those who are buying the cocoa, such cocoa will not be exported to Europe. That is the issue. Let's look at the federal government. The federal government that is actually benefiting too from it. I think they are not really doing much in that regard. The federal government has actually neglected cocoa. I remember the period of Obasanjo, where we had the SCDC, so many other things were there, farmers were actually getting input. And for that short period, there was a boost in production. And then even in terms of consumption too, Obasanjo too was actually trying to see how we'll be able to see how we improve consumption of cocoa in the country. But there are lots to be done by the government. There are a lot to be done. So many papers have been written to the government. It's just that most times we talk, we don't do. So many programs, remember they won't even cover in Akure, or it was all centered on the problems of the farmer. There are a lot of things to do. Chemicals need to be subsidized. As we speak today, a lot of farmers are crying. They don't even have, when I mean chemicals, I'm talking about inputs like fungicides and pesticides too, to actually help the farmers to spray their cocoa. We need even, in terms of roads too, if you go to most of our areas, like a farmer will tell you how much it costs him to remove a bag of cocoa from a hinterland. That is what is actually even eating up the profit of that farmer. We don't really have accessible roads. The whole place is as bad as you can think of. And you know, areas, the land that actually supports cocoa growth, they're always very marshy. So it's difficult for the farmer to even remove her goods from the farm gate to where the farmer will actually sell. Work between 5 to 10 years. They grow old overnight. Why? Because they don't really have good access to medical care. Is it water we talk about? I think they are almost used to that one, that they drink water that is not really too good for them. So government has a lot to do to see how we help our farmers. And then sometimes most times when we talk about government too, we talk about those companies too that are actually benefiting from the government. What is their social corporate responsibility? What are they really doing too? But even then, the government too need to ask them questions. If we cannot ask them, government need to ask those people, what are you really doing in these areas where you're actually benefiting a lot from? That too needs to be questioned. Yes, I agree that a few of them are doing. Let's look at some who are actually coming back with premium for cocoa. Some give cash, some give in terms of inputs. I think that sometimes helps the farmer, but I think they need to do more too.
Millions of dollars worth of cocoa leaves these villages every year, yet many host communities lack clean drinking water, functional healthcare clinics, and basic schools. Farmers are demanding that multinational companies step up their corporate social responsibilities. True sustainability means investing back into the human beings who harvest the wealth by building schools, providing clean water, and ensuring fair trade pricing that guarantees a living wage. The Cocoa Association of Nigeria is structurally built to protect everyone from the grassroots farmer to the industrial exporter. But we must look closely at the entire value chain. Right now, Nigeria loses billions of dollars by exporting raw cocoa beans instead of processing them into chocolate, butter, and powder locally. If we look at employment creation, the cocoa value chain can easily absorb hundreds of thousands of our unemployed youths. We don't just need harvesters. We need local processors, logistics experts, blenders, and marketers. Transforming our value chain from raw export to local industrialization is the single fastest way to create sustainable wealth and boost our national GDP.
Let them give a proper support for agric banking, and they should prioritize. If it's only 15 crops, if it's only 10 crop, if it's only 5 crop, let them fix amount of money to this thing. And let them make it a feedback that we are putting out this money. What is the result? How do you measure the growth? But like some of the programs the government do, they will just give out money. No follow-up. What do they use for the money? Like their so-called EEG that they are giving to the people. You give money to people, you don't ask them, what do you use the money for? The money that's meant for the indigenous, you are giving it to these Indians, Lebanese and co. And they will do the capital flight. That's why the dollar keep on going up every day. Because nobody will come from any country and develop your country. It's only the indigenous that has nowhere to go that can develop our country. Nobody will come from anywhere. Because their interest coming here is to make money and go. But instead of our government to develop their own people, Nigerians are ready to work. We can do it, and we have been doing it at our own level. But let them develop so many other people too within the country. We are seeing unemployment. Each year we are producing graduates coming out from the institutions, and we don't provide where and when and how we are going to manage them. And we are not talking of banditry. We are talking of insecurity. After you leave this place, go to Abuja, move along the street, see the people in secondary school, in primary school, 2 o'clock when they are leaving their various schools. It's very easy for those who want to recruit them to work for them at a peanut. Money there. That does not mean we are not making money. But what I'm saying, the stress that we are going through is not supposed to be. If you are exporting cocoa or whatever you are producing, it's even sign that you said, if I make loss in my business, the government must take money on it. I've borrowed money and I lost money on that street. They will charge you. Although this present government, they are trying to remove some of these impediments. especially on the FRS. And all the states too that's producing this cocoa, they need to buckle up with their responsibilities. What we used to have in the olden days of Awolowo and Co. is no longer there. We have these farmers and we have these agricultural officers that monitor everything from the farm to the town. Before, when you want to grade cocoa, every quality will be checked. All you just need to bring your money. If it's 15,000, pay, carry your cocoa. And that's why there's a lot of people that are adulterating rubbish into the cocoa in the country. You can never compare the quality of cocoa in Nigeria with one in Ghana or Ivory Coast when you get to Amsterdam, because of a lot of rubbish packed inside it. If you are not disciplined in your country, nobody will take rubbish from you outside the country. It's your own problem. Why must you, until when you take cocoa out of the country or take sesame seed or ginger out of the country and they started giving a mark XX that this thing is not exportable, and the next they will push it into the ocean? So as a nation, we must start working seriously and stand firmly to face we have a lot of problems to solve. These government agencies are not helping the matters at all. When using a particular system that is not working, why don't you talk to the people that is doing the work? We have all these commodity traders. All of us were there. Various groups. We have FACAN, we have CAN, we have all this. Let them call them on the table. And this is what the country wants. We want cocoa production to move from 300,000 tons to 500,000 to 700,000 tons within 5 years. What can we do? Then we'll give them the table, how to achieve it. Let them start implementing it. 10 years cocoa development plan now. They have passed it. The last government, the last regime, that was their last approval they did. This government that have been there now, nothing has happened. What works in other country? Why is it not working with us? Why do I need to be greedy? Why do you need to be greedy? If your fair share gets to you.
These areas of collaterals. Their interest rate now is very, very high, extremely high. But their defense is that they are not printing money. They go to money market. They get money from depositors. And what they are paying for the money too is very high. And they have to make profit. So along that line, there's no way you can fault them. That's why I keep saying that they should look at the collateral issue. But as for the development banks, like Bank of Agric, for example, government should endeavor to fund it well and make sure whatever money they are giving goes to the people who really needs it, goes to the farmers. FACAN and all of us are involved in really identifying them. By the time they do that, everybody will turn to farmer when they are not farmers. And they will collect the money and divert it elsewhere. So such banks have to be well funded so that you will have a choice. You don't have to go to commercial banks when those banks are there for you to go to. Even our packaging and all that, to an extent, is also a little bit of a problem. If not ordinarily, but for after it's something that will eventually benefit all African countries. Because really, even right now, we do a lot of export to all these African countries, a lot, informal exports. You just go, drive down to Jibia and all those places, you'll see thousands of trailers loading onions, pepper, maize, sorghum, name it. A whole lot that is not being captured. If after issues are well formalized, Nigeria is going to be, in fact, the king in that corridor, because we have all it takes, really, to be champions in that area. The way forward is for us to be very serious about agribusiness. from farming to processing to trading to exporting to manufacturing along that corridor, along that value chain. We just have to be more proactive, because that is one area that every Nigerian can get into. You don't have to be a super scientist to go into that field. You don't have to be a specialist in any area of technology to go into it. Because if you recollect, our forefathers were farmers. They didn't go to any school to learn that skill. It's a skill any average intelligent human being can easily go into. And I can tell you, no matter the type of farming, you don't need more than 6 weeks training. In fact, at times 3-4 weeks training. You are home and dry, and you will do well. Amongst other things, in this country today, if we want to really develop ourselves, number 1 is agric. Number 2, IT. Number 3, entertainment industry. Within those 3, we will turn around the economy of this country.
The future of Nigerian cocoa is ripe with potential, but it hangs in a delicate balance. From the careful selection of a seedling to structural policy shifts, the message is clear. Protect the farmer, secure the future, and share the sweetness equitably.